Tell me if this sounds familiar. You hand your AI assistant a big, messy, real-life problem, like planning a wedding, coordinating relatives across 3 time zones, juggling budgets, menus, photographers, the whole thing. And what does it do? It gives you a beautifully formatted, totally useless answer. Something like, here's a sample 4-hour ceremony. Meanwhile, you're sitting there thinking, I asked you how to stop Aunt Linda and Aunt Carol from sitting together. Or maybe you're launching a product. You ask the AI to map out a go-to-market plan, and instead it politely ignores your constraints and spits out a LinkedIn-worthy buzzword salad. And it makes you wonder, what if your AI could actually think things through like a human? Not just guess the next word, but plan, reason, deliberate? Well, that's exactly what's happening. Let's rewind for a second. Traditional AI models, the ones we've been using for years, are basically ultra-powered autocomplete machines. And I don't mean that as an insult, but okay, maybe a little. Their job is to predict the next likely word, one after another. That's it. They don't know things. They don't think. They do a statistically impressive impression of thinking. And that's why they hallucinate. Ask a regular model, which country has the most lakes? And it might instantly fire back, Switzerland, of course. Even though that's not true at all. It's just confidently wrong, like a friend who refuses to say, I don't know. Now compare that to the next generation of reasoning models. These don't try to race to the answer. Instead, they break big problems into smaller chunks. Kind of like how you'd tackle a complicated Lego set. Section by section, bag by bag, pages at a time instead of dumping everything onto the table and praying. It's basically the difference Daniel Kahneman talks about in Thinking Fast and Slow. System 1 is fast, intuitive, automatic, what most AI has been. System 2 is slow, methodical, logical, the part of your brain that kicks in when you're doing taxes or assembling IKEA furniture without losing your mind. And these new models, they're finally tapping into something that behaves like System 2. Think of it like trading your witty friend who answers instantly for a very methodical friend who stops, pulls out a notebook, sketches diagrams, reviews the constraints, and only then gives you a solution. Here's the catch. And oh boy, there's always a catch. Reasoning takes time. Computationally, it's expensive. Your AI is no longer firing off instant replies. It's literally thinking, pausing, exploring branches, running internal simulations. Which means when you ask it a multi-step question, you might suddenly see a little spinner just spinning. And you're like, hello? Did my Wi-Fi die? Did the model crash? Nope, it's just working through the problem like a calm adult instead of a caffeinated parrot. I'll be honest, this delay messes with us. We've gotten addicted to instant answers. Swipe, tap, boom, dopamine. So let me ask you directly, yes, you. Do you actually prefer instant answers? Or do you want the answer that's correct? Because sometimes the model will take 5, 10, even 20 seconds to respond. And in AI time, that feels like waiting for your browser to load a 1999 website. But here's the funny part. Users complain about the wait until they see the quality jump. Then suddenly they're like, oh, yeah, okay, take all the time you need, buddy. Think of it like cooking. Fast food is instant, predictable, usually disappointing. A home-cooked meal takes time, but it's worth the delay. Reasoning models are the slow-cooked version. Let me show you what I mean. Say you're planning a 5-day trip to Japan. You give the model a $3,000 total budget travel times your preferences. Temples, food tours, anime shopping. A hard limit on walking distance because your knees are not what they used to be. A traditional model will confidently hand you an itinerary that blows your budget, teleports you magically across cities, and schedules breakfast at a restaurant that closed in 2021. A reasoning model? It actually works through the arithmetic. It respects the travel time, it checks the constraints, it filters options, it optimizes. Suddenly, you get an itinerary that makes sense, like scarily good sense. This shift is so significant that Jensen Huang, yes, the NVIDIA CEO who basically lives in the future, said that longer thinking time opens up entirely new scaling laws in AI. In other words, letting models think unlocks capabilities we've never seen before. So, yeah, it might take a few seconds longer, but the output feels like something from a different species of intelligence. All right, so how do you actually use these next-gen reasoning models? Most companies now offer them in two ways. Signups. Many labs let you pick reasoning mode or deep thinking mode. API calls? Developers can request longer reasoning chains or deliberate mode by toggling settings in the prompt. But here's the insider trick. These models only reason deeply when you ask them to. You have to nudge them. Try prompts like, think step by step. Break the problem into smaller pieces. List assumptions, check them, then give your answer. Work through this slowly and show your reasoning. These little instructions signal, hey, put the fast brain away and fire up the slow one. So what kinds of tasks benefit the most? Complex planning, weddings, trips, product launches, troubleshooting, electronics, software, home projects, mathish things, budgets, schedules, logistics, anything where the steps matter as much as the result. Basically, the messy stuff humans normally have to whiteboard. So now that AI can finally slow down and think, not just guess, here's my question to you. What's the first complex, annoying, multi-step task you'd hand over to a reasoning model? Because honestly, after seeing what these new systems can do, I'm starting to wonder whether thinking slowly might become the next competitive advantage for both humans and machines.